Start recording. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to episode 5 of the Pandacast show thing, whatever it is. I really don't know what this is actually. Like, I know it's a show thing, right? I kind of call it a show thing because I don't really have like a set style to it, except that basically I will talk about stuff and other people will talk about stuff and we'll kind of go through it, have fun. Some of it will be political, some of it will be entertainment, some of it won't. It'll just be kind of whatever it is situation. What it is it is. You know, it is what it is kind of stuff. So yeah, we got a little bit all over today with some topics. And we have a lot of stuff to cover as well, so let's start hopping into some of that because this is like long. Some of it's serious as well. That's the thing, like, some of this is serious. So let's jump into it and see where this goes, right? So, starting off, Afghan pop sensation Ariana Saeed escapes from Taliban territory on US cargo ship. So this is like a super serious one to start off with. But a famous pop singer who is from Afghanistan. She's the biggest female pop star from Afghanistan. Ariana Saeed has managed to escape from Taliban-occupied territory on a US flight out of Kabul. And she's reaching out to her fans worldwide. Singer has posted pictures of herself and her husband. And she's given an update about her whereabouts. And her husband also has shared a video of them taking a nap inside the US jet while being flown outside the country. You know, Saeed, who has a whopping 1.3 million followers on Instagram, is lucky unlike many others. You know, earlier Afghan filmmaker Shra Karimi was spotted running on the street of Kabul, stood after the Taliban taken over. The video went viral on social media, spreading fear. The terror on Taliban's restriction on women continues and to deepen with the approaching prospect of imposing of Sharia law. I mean, it is imposed, so I'm not sure why it says the imposing prospect. It is being imposed, so there is a prospect. It's happening now. That's kind of misinformation right there. But according to reports, the Taliban, which vowed to respect women's rights, that's not what they said. They said that they would respect women's rights within the confinements of Sharia law. So again, this is misinformation. Like, they're gonna suddenly be nice people. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is, you will have the rights that women have under Sharia law. Right? So, yeah. And forgive those who fought them. Said that the religious scholars from the organisation will decide whether girls can attend school and women can work. Yeah, sure. Okay. You'll let the people work who you want to work for propaganda purposes, right? And that'll be the way it is. So I did a little bit of discussion about this, and basically, with the whole situation, you don't start off by going full-blown into your regime, right? Because, number one, it looks bad. It looks horrible if you do it that way. What you do is you subtly start to make changes. Like, now they're just making changes that people expected, right? But what you do afterwards is you make the change that you want to make. And you don't do things publicly, right? Well, they might do things publicly, but you don't generally do things publicly. What you do is, you control the media, you have this propaganda, you show, examples of where you're doing the right thing. And that's kind of where it's at, right? That's the future, and kind of people don't want to talk about that. But the Taliban said they would respect women's rights and minority rights and freedom of expression within Sharia law. But the problem is there's no women's and minority rights and freedom of expression within Sharia law. They also said that the people of Afghanistan are not fleeing from Taliban but from Sharia law. So yeah, like this part explains exactly the way I did. You're talking about rights, right? And the Western world is going, oh, well, they're saying that they're going to respect women's rights, they're going to respect freedom of expression, they're going to respect journalists, they're going to do this, right? But they're already doing it in the confinements of what they believe is the law, right? And it's a very restrictive law that does not respect women in any shape or form. In some ways, it does not respect men either. It has restrictions on men, not to the extent of women. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's not like somehow, men have it worse off than women in this situation. They don't. Women have it a lot worse off. That is a given fact. That is just something that is true. And, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, it's tough. Barrier Saeed is known to be the biggest female pop star in Afghanistan. The singer who also judged the Afghan version of The Voice. Saeed and the producer husband were among the few who were lucky enough to escape and who managed to get on a US cargo ship on Wednesday, August 18th. Saeed, 36, in the post on an official Instagram account said, "I am well and alive, and after a couple of unforgettable nights, I have reached Doha, Qatar." And I want to add to this. I did a video today about the Afghan women's robotics team. About 16 to 18 years old. There was 10 of them. They were also successfully extradited from Afghanistan. They also went to Doha, Qatar. So thumbs up to Qatar, because there seems to be groups of people who are prominent figures in the Afghan community who are actually getting to safety, who are getting away, who governments, people, organizations, they are getting some of these people out. I'm not going to say all governments, because it's not all governments, but there is an effort being made by countries to, help people. And she's waiting a flight back to in Istanbul. I said in one of my recent interviews that I will be the last soldier to leave the motherland. And interesting enough, that is exactly what happened. I hope and pray as a result of the recent changes, at the very least, my beautiful people will be able to start living a peaceful life without the fear of suicide bombs and explosion. My heart and prayers and my thoughts will always be with you. My heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your well wishes and prayers, who were concerned about my presence in Afghanistan, and so many other less dangerous concerns had already left. Oh yeah, it's a bad situation all around, but it's good to see that at least some people are getting out. Not just famous people who I don't even want to say it like that. I think that's the wrong way of saying it. I think in some ways it's to say these are people who are trailblazers in their fields, right? The robotics team, the most female pop star. These are trailblazers in their fields, and everywhere else in the rest of the world, you could look at it and go, "Oh well, they're only getting away because of they're popular." But in reality, it is they're getting away because they are the biggest targets. The bigger you are, is the bigger target you are. But yeah, I think that's enough on this front, because we can go down this road and it'll be depressing and it'll be awful and stuff. I don't want it to be like that. But I think we said enough on it to at least make our points that some good is happening. Even if it's a small amount, it's something to at least be a little flicker of hope, a little candle of light, right? So moving on to Variety. Holy crap. Mike Richards is out as a Jeopardy host amid a cascade of scandals. Mike Richards is out as Jeopardy host just 9 days after he was tapped to succeed the legendary Alex Trebek as the face of the beloved quiz show. Holy crap, you lose your job in 9 days. Richards, who is also an executive producer of Jeopardy, saw his hold on the job undone with astonishing speed after unflattering and downright ugly details surfaced about his past conduct and statements he made on an 8-year-old podcast series. He will remain the show's executive producer, and the episodes that he shot will be aired as scheduled. But he's stepped down. So Pictures TV has confirmed that he stepped down. In a statement, Richards said the backlash had created too much of a distraction for our fans and not the right move for the show. Jeopardy has no choice but to run the Richards hosted episodes tapped Thursday because of their need for continuity among contestants, given that the winner of each episode continues to compete on the following episode, which is Hasty Exit as host. Came a day after the Anti-Defamation League called for an investigation after a report surfaced in The Ringer that Richard made disparaging remarks about Jews, women, and other groups. And it was apparently in episodes of the comedy podcast The Random Show, recorded in 2013 to 2014. In the podcast, Richard asked his female assistant and his female co-host whether they had ever taken nude photos. And I won't read any more of that, but you get the point. He's been removed for a very specific reason, and he stepped down and wasn't fired. I think that was a good choice on his part. It was a good choice on their part. Were it over the top? Here's where we get into it. Were his remarks acceptable? No. They weren't. Should he be condemned for it? No, they weren't that bad. Should he get this role? That is a different question. If he had apologized, yes. But it doesn't say that he's apologized for this. If he'd apologized for this before, like say 2015, 2016 or something, and say, you know what I did then, that was terrible, I shouldn't have done that, I did these things, it was a learning experience, I shouldn't have said the things I did, then yeah, now him getting this job, it wouldn't have been so bad. Like, there wouldn't have been this reaction. But now, I don't know. I think him being the first of the show would be bad. But I also agree with the decision not to fire him as the executive producer. I think that's fair. He's accepted that being the first of the show would be too much. I think really honestly this comes down to we should have just dealt with this situation a long time ago, and there wouldn't really be this issue now. We all say stupid stuff, we all say stuff we don't mean, we all say stuff in anger, we all make mistakes, right? But it's how you deal with the mistake and not the mistake you make that's important, given to a certain extent. Obviously there's some mistakes that, actually no, I will rephrase that. They're not mistakes, there's some actions that you do that are deliberate and unforgivable. But there's also mistakes you make that are genuine mistakes, where you push the line too far, and what you thought would be funny or be a joke isn't a joke and isn't funny and crosses a line. And I think just apologising for that at the time and accepting it is a thing. And I think if he had done that, then he wouldn't be in this position now. But at least the show's moving on. Yeah. He did the right thing. I think that's at least what can be said. He stepped down, which was the right thing to do. So moving on, Britney Spears. This comes from page 6. Britney Spears has had her dogs taken away from her before a battery incident. The title's very provocative. It's not as provocative as it sounds. It's not exactly how it sounds either. They try to make it, well, we all know that they want to get clicks, right? So they try to make it a little bit more saucy than it is. In reality, Britney Spears' dogs were taken away, and there was an incident. But the incident didn't happen because Britney had some sort of meltdown. It happened because directly of the actions that privately happened before. So it's a little bit different to how they're kind of portraying it. But anyways, Britney Spears' beloved dogs have been taken away from her, and she wants to know where they are. Page 6 had learned. Sources told us Friday that Britney Spears' dog sitter took the pup-sized 2 dogs away to a veterinarian earlier this month and never brought them back home. Britney is demanding answers. I mean, she's the dog's owner, right? If your pet was missing, you would want to know where's my pet. Like, that's just the honest reality. You worry about them. In some ways, they are like family and children. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, pets aren't family. But you have a responsibility to them and a bond, right? Like, and that bond can feel like a friendship, right? And you really do care about them as creatures. And I think that's only right. I think if you don't care about your pet as a creature, then there's something fundamentally wrong with you, and you probably shouldn't have pets. You should have that connection where you're like, I really need to protect and look after this creature. But anyway, she's demanding answers, and she's been through this before. The Conservatives used to threaten to take her children away from her, and now her dogs are somewhere to be found, nowhere to be found. And it feels all too familiar and heartbreaking, a feeling for her. TMZ, which broke the news, reported Friday that one dogs was sick, and had led the sitter to believe that Spears had been neglecting her. The validity of this we don't know. However, a second source instead told us that the toxic singer, Britney Spears, adores her dogs and would never mistreat them. So there's conflicting opinions on this one. We're told that this is not the first time dogs have been taken away from her in recent months, and she fights to end her conservatorship. For the 13 plus years that she's been trying to end it. That said, the latest incident left the Grammy winner feeling helpless, and she called the police on August 10th to report a theft. And this place, Page 6 reported Thursday. When Ventura County deputies responded to her home, the security team told them that they did not want to that she did not want to file a police report, right? And 6 days later, the housekeeper showed her a photo of one of the dogs looking sick, and the star suspected had been sent to a strange father and conservative James Spears, according to TMZ. The photo sparked a dispute that a source previously told us ended with Britney swiping a housekeeper's phone away from her, and her employee subsequently filed a police report, and she's under investigation for misdemeanor battery. So that's basically the situation. Let's put my 2 cents in at least. Let's break this down a bit. Number one, she lost the dogs, right? They were meant to go to the vets for a checkup to make sure they're okay. They go, they don't come back. That's the big one, right? They don't come back. Regardless of who you are, whatever you want to argue, whatever mental state, whatever kind of person you are, like, if you care about your animals, like, if you're a serious pet owner who genuinely gives a damn, which everyone should be, you'd be concerned. You'd be like, oh my god, where are they? Why aren't they back? Is something happened? Did something happen at the vet? Are they okay? Like, what happened? Where is my pet, right? And I think that's only right to feel that way. So, yep, that's the big one. That's the one where it's like, oh my god, where are my animals? Now, there's more to this, right? There is an allegation of neglect. There's another source saying that there was no neglect, that she loves her animals. That we can't figure out. That we'll never know. That's something that has to be decided by, an organisation, the Humane Society, the police, someone who looks into it and says whether these dogs are healthy or not. A veterinarian also can give a report and say these dogs have been well treated, it was just a natural event, the dog got sick. For all we know, the dog could have cancer or something. It's horrible and terrible, but it happens, right? So we don't know the situation there. It could be anything, so the speculation either way won't make a difference. But however, the fear of what's wrong with my dog is still there, right? And she doesn't know because the dog's been gone for a number of days. So when you see a picture of your dog shown to you, and your dog's sick, I can see that as being very distressing, right? Especially if the picture was given to someone else and not you. Especially someone that you are in dispute with. Like, I can feel how this would feel like a betrayal. It would make you feel like, what the hell's going on? Why wasn't I told about this?
Hello.
Like, is my dog okay? Hey, Anne, hello. But, like, I can understand what happened. As for the incident, her attorney, Matthew Rosengard, a new attorney, told us Monday the incident was nothing more than a he said, she said regarding the cell phone, with no striking, obviously no injury whatsoever. So, yeah. Yep. So we'll just have to see where it goes. Well, basically, it looks like a non-issue that was trying to be blown into an issue. I think Britney or anyone would be deeply worried about the pets. Like you, Anne, I know you're in chat now. If someone took your pets to the vets for you because you were unable to take them, or you didn't have time, or whatever reason, and your pets didn't come back that day, or after a number of days, would that deeply concern you and make you worried? Like, I feel like if that was me, and it was my cat, and she went to the vet and didn't come back for days, I'd be deeply distressed. I'd be, like, panicking, like, what's wrong with it? Something happened? Why aren't they calling me? Why isn't the person who talked to them, who took them there, who I trust, why aren't they talking to me? Why aren't they telling me what's going on? Right? When you feel like, in some ways, betrayed and hurt and scared. Apologies, I know I went on a little bit with that. But I feel like you'd be scared, right? Also, welcome, man. I hope you are good. But yeah, I understand why she feels the way she does. Let's move on though to the next one, which is from Variety. 9 Inch Nails has cancelled all its concerts for 2021. So, following moves by Stevie Nicks, Garth Brooks, and others, 9 Inch Nails has announced on Thursday that they've cancelled all concert appearances for 2021. The group was scheduled to begin a series of dates in September and to November in Cleveland on September 21st. It is with great regret that we are cancelling all 9 Inch Nails appearances for the remainder of the year. The group said in a statement posted on its social media accounts. When originally planned, the shows were intended to be a cathartic and celebratory return to live music, but however, with each passing day, it's become more apparent we're not in that place yet. Oh, I just want to say something about this, right? I read that out correctly because I pre-read this before I spoke about it, as I do generally pre-read everything that I speak about. At least to work out whether the story is relevant to kind of the experience that I want and whether I want to talk about it or whether it's a non-topic. But basically with this one, in a lot of articles that I read, there's always not always, some are well written, but it's either ones that are written which aren't grammatically correct. So when you read them, they don't kind of make sense. You have to kind of like fathom your way around it, and that's like why I end up stuttering in a lot of videos. Because I'll be reading something, and it just is written in a way that flows. And then there's other ones where you understand what's written 90% of the time, but there will just be words that are completely wrong. Like, for example, in the sentence, however, with each passing day, it becomes more appearance we're not in that place yet. However, what it should be is, however, with each passing day, it becomes more apparent we're not in that place yet. So, yeah. But anyways, sorry for the inconvenience or disappointment. I look forward to seeing you again when the time is right. And I think with State of America, it's a good decision on their part. A lot of states are struggling. These anti-mask mandates that are basically combating it are causing a lot of issues. And cases rising rapidly. And yeah, a lot of states are having a hard time, and it's having a knock-on effect around the country, and I think it's just a good decision all around. I know it really sucks because I really want new music as well. And I'm glad that at least some artists are getting back into a recording studio. I know Frank Carter's recorded a new album. Hailstorm's recorded a new single. Dead Posey recorded a new track as well. I think Fever 333 recorded a new one. Like, it's been a bunch of artists that I follow and listen to that have been recording new tracks, that have been putting them on Spotify and stuff. Obviously, you want to see stuff live, like the bands you love, you want to see them live and shit. But at the same time, you can understand why they're just doing the safe approach, because it's all well and good going, oh, well, we can follow these rules, but there's fake vaccination cards going about. That's a big issue that I've covered. There's just people forging tests. There's people who, even if they're complying with the rules, then at the events they're not complying with rules. It's just one of them where you have minority groups of people who just disagree with the world and the system. ruining it for everybody else and putting it in a position where we could have these things back again, but we don't because people just seem to not want it. And it's kind of sad in a way. It is really sad. It'd just be nice if we could... I mean, you can say that about any time, right? It'd be nice if we could all get on the same page and, you know, rather than doing what we want, we do what's best for everyone, kind of thing. Like, have some decency and some thought and some respect for other people, right? Like, at least try to portray that you care about other people. But anyways, we talked about these few things. Let's move on. So this is from Giant Frickin' Robot. And I didn't even know this was happening. So I'm like super happy about this. This is like a super happy topic. So Mark Ruffalo will be human again in She-Hulk. I didn't even know there was going to be a She-Hulk TV series, right? But that's apparently a thing. It's going to be She-Hulk. It's going to be on Disney+. I'm super hyped for She-Hulk because I watched some of the cartoons growing up. And like She-Hulk in that universe was a badass and just awesome. It was just so different. Like, she was Hulk, but she wasn't Hulk, right? She was a force to be reckoned with. And I'm super excited to see what happens with this. I think it's a major shift for Marvel, in some ways, to go this way and actually do She-Hulk. Because we haven't seen her as a part of, like, the Avengers or anything, right? So, we don't have that interpretation of it. It's something fresh and new. So, I really hope they do a good job on this. But apparently Mark Ruffalo in it will, he will just be playing a normal human. So, Steve B said more of comedy starring lawyers, which will be something fun and new for superhero genre. While Walters is our central Hulk character in the show, many have wondered what Bruce Banner and Mark Ruffalo's story is going to be in series. How big will his role be? Will he simply be there as a mentor for the main character? Yada yada yada. So he's going to be there, you know, and it's been revealed by a trusted source of Giant Frickin' Robot that he will be Bruce Banner. He will be human again in She-Hulk. And sources was specific that means no more Smart Hulk for Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo's character will simply be back to being simple, good old Bruce. I don't know whether that'll be a good or a bad thing. You know, it could be a good or a bad thing. It could be in between. We'll have to see kind of how it goes. I feel like it'll be a good thing though. I can't see why it would be a bad thing. Avengers End Game, right? So, they thought that would be the end of the story. Obviously, it isn't. He's coming back. There's no hiding the fact that Bruce Banner always wanted to be himself again without the other guy. That hasn't ever seemed like a possibility for Mark Ruffalo's character, even though it's always been what he wanted. So the merge hope was kind of a compromise. There was a beauty to seeing him accept these two parts and make him whole again. Is seeing him get what he wants going to be any satisfying after seeing Professor Hulk and enjoying the character. I know, like, I mean, that's the thing. That's actually a valid point. Will it be as good as you think it will be? I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes, right? But as for a She-Hulk, I'm definitely excited for that part of it. Yeah. I am definitely excited for that part of it, right? That'll be interesting, seeing cool. Daniel Craig. Oh, and this comes from Collider. He's set to make 100 million from Knives Out sequels. Holy shit! And this comes after I discussed the fact that he isn't going to give his kids any of the money. He's going to spend it. Yep, dude's going to give it all away. Right, mind-boggling, to be honest, not going to lie. Dude says he's going to give all his money away. And now he's in a contract for an extra $100 million from the Knives Out sequels, which is freaking insane. If I was his children, I'd feel slightly slapped in the face. Not gonna lie. And Keanu Reeves is apparently poised to make a major payday for Matrix 4. So apparently there's gonna be another Matrix. I don't know what it's gonna be though. Like, is it gonna be a prequel, a sequel? If it's a sequel, oh my god. If it's a sequel to The Matrix, I'm gonna be surprised. Because, like, well, we all thought he died at the end, right? Well, there again, there was also the illusion that he could come back, right? That he's in control of the Force, so it is possible that he didn't die. There is that part to it. But at the same time, like, holy Monka, it's insane that there is gonna be a Matrix 4. Again, not gonna say it's a bad thing. If it's done well, and now with the technology we have, and the skill that they had back then, if they get the right people back and they focused on it, then that has the possibility of being a really world-class film. Knives Out, I really don't care about. I want to talk to this more about Daniel Craig and him not giving his children anything. At least that's what he stated. And so, Variety is generously uncovered 17 noteworthy star salaries. The old school A-listers like Brad Pitt and Sandra Bullock are still holding down the 20 million thoughts at studios. Most have turned to streamers to secure greater riches. So I mean by streamers, they mean Amazon Prime, Hulu, Netflix, blah blah blah, that kind of streamers. It seems like that is the case. Netflix, Amazon, yeah, so it's gonna be like that. I mean, that's what you'd expect, right? Interesting though, I am interested to see that it's gonna be, that there will be a Matrix 4. That'll be cool. I'd like a little bit of a conclusion to that, rather than the cliffhanger ending. If that's what they're going with, but it might be a prequel as well. Although I can't see how they would do a I mean, they could do it like a really... I don't know. Well, yeah, actually, because there's multiple Neos, right? So they could do like a prequel, where they go back like through all the Neos to the first Neo kind of thing, and do that story, like when Zion was first created kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, it'd be mental. I'm interested to see where it goes. It could be like an absolute mind trip, which is what the films were. But also, like, it could be something awesome as well. So, yeah. The Witcher showrunner signs massive partnership deal. A film with double talent. So, Lauren Histrich, who is the showrunner and was screenwrites for The Witcher, she's signed a massive deal with Netflix to produce more shows, to work on more shows, including, she's going to be working obviously on The Witcher 2, she's going to be working on a Witcher live-action prequel series, and also an animated spin-off series around a younger Vesemir. So there's like a lot going on there with The Witcher in general, but also there's other projects and productions that she's apparently going to be working on. I watched Witcher Series 1, I really enjoyed it, I thoroughly enjoyed the series, and it was one of them where I was surprised, because I put it off for a long time and didn't watch it, because I was like, am I going to like this? Is it going to annoy me? Is it going to be good? There was all that controversy, right? Not controversy, but speculation. So before going into it, I felt like it's been hyped up a lot. There's been a lot of people who said bad things. And then I watched it and like actually sat down, watched it, and I enjoyed it, and it changed my opinion on it. There's so much to it. The actors, actresses are amazing in it. I can't remember who it is. Oh, my brain's gonna kill me for this one. My brain's fried and won't tell me who it is. I'll probably post it at some point somewhere else. But there was another character, the one Geralt, the witch that Geralt's attracted to. That one. But, yeah. It was just a good shot, so I am excited to see more of Witcher. And if Histrich continues doing the work she's been doing, then her other projects could be really interesting as well. So, OnlyFans creator has reacted to the site's ban on adult entertainment with anger and confusion. OnlyFans creators have reacted to the site's adult entertainment ban with anger and confusion. OnlyFans has pulled its rug out from under the industry workers and performers who have turned it into a $1 billion business. Holy crap, there's only 2 million creators and they've created a $1 billion business, by the way. Can we just say that's fucking amazing? And those who have relied on OnlyFans as a key source of income are furious about the turn of affairs. As of October 1st, OnlyFans will ban all stuff that is depicting certain content that they do not like. The company said in a statement Thursday, in order to ensure that long-term sustainability, blah blah blah, we want to create a more inclusive community. Therefore, we must evolve our content guidelines. This has actually been criticized by many other organizations who look out for the rights of these people and do a lot more of an in-depth analysis than OnlyFans does. And this isn't inclusive by any means. This is actually excluding people. And this is causing a division in the community. This is actually going to ruin people's livelihoods and put them in real risk of serious harm. But anyways, it calls itself a subscription social platform, revolutionizing creator and fan relationships. Basically, it's Patreon or Subscribestar, except it had some live streaming element. Now, it's decided that all the people that made it popular, it's going to extradite and get rid of, kick out, bye-bye, you're done, you're gone, and they expect to make money afterwards. And it's just an example where they use this to build a audience and pull support once they no longer deem them beneficial. Jenna Lynn Meowry, a Twitch streamer who has accounts on OnlyFans, YouTube, and other platforms, wrote on Twitter. And I won't go through all the comments, but basically, we're at that point, right? And it happens on a lot of platforms where the people who make it big, they get cut loose. But the difference is with OnlyFans, right? What they've done is they've cut their biggest earners. And now there's 2 ways this is going to go. The owners of OnlyFans, the owner, he's going to take in this massive investment that he's expecting to get, which he probably will get, to be honest. However, in the long term, OnlyFans will not succeed. It has too many competitors. It cannot compete with Twitch. It cannot compete with YouTube. It certainly can't compete with Facebook in terms of streaming. It cannot compete with Patreon. And it cannot compete with Subscribestar in terms of content delivery through subscription services. Especially live streaming through a paywall, right? People were willing to pay when they had a vague idea or understanding of what they were getting. But now they're not getting that. They're getting something different. And I can't see there being many adopters to this. So in my opinion, this is OnlyFans owner either settling for a big payday where he's just gonna jump ship, get rid of the company, and take his earnings at its value before it dips, where it's at its highest, or he is clueless, absolutely clueless, and think this is genuinely a good idea, and he's just shot himself in the front. He's gonna ostracize himself, because I don't know anybody that is gonna touch OnlyFans with a barge pole for not the content that they had on. I don't know anybody that will touch this platform for any other reason, because there's other platforms that do the same thing that don't have the stigma. I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is they don't allow that content, right? They don't have that niche. Whereas OnlyFans did, it was a safe place, and now it isn't. So, in my opinion, I don't see where this platform can go. But yeah, anyway, moving on to Protocol. Oh my god, don't post the ads in front of my goddamn face. Google has discussed teaming up with Tencent to take over Epic Games. The unredacted court documents reveal more details about Google's strategies for protecting the Google Play Store. So Google executives discussed a Australian Chinese gaming giant Tencent about purchasing shares in Epic Games, or potentially orchestrating a hostile takeover of the company, according to court documents in the ongoing Epic versus Google antitrust case that are no longer redacted as per the court order issued on Wednesday. Google recognized that Epic might not accept its offer as a potential alternative. The Google senior executive proposed that Google consider approaching Tencent, a company that owns a minority stake in Epic, to either buy Epic shares from Tencent to give more control over Epic, or join up with Tencent to buy 100% of Epic, the complaint said. This information was produced during discovery, and Epic initially included it in an amended complaint back in July. However, portions of it were subject to release by the court. So yeah, Google wanted to take over Epic Games completely. I mean, they can argue it any which way, but let's be real, Google Stadia, not exactly a success, is it? Really? It's not exactly a success, is it? And Epic's been going pretty strong. I mean, they haven't been doing amazing, but they've been doing strong. They've been doing strong, right? So, this takeover, I don't think it's more about the Google Play Store. I think it's more about, hey, Epic is doing okay, and if Google takes over Epic, takes over the games, then this gives Google a bigger platform to diversify, right? Like, this was a strategic play. Epic. Oh, I really don't like Epic either. I don't. I don't like Google, though. But it's not a thing about making it... I don't like YouTube. I don't like Google's web browser. That's why I don't use it anymore. I use DuckDuckGo for my search results. I don't use Google to search for stuff because it's so censored. But I feel like in this situation, Google was doing this for positional gain, right? They were doing this because they have an agenda, and with Google, in terms of freedom, that agenda is not a good one to have.
Well, I have a pikes also. I have to like Google laughing smiley.
I mean, I guess, but I think this would have been bad for the gaming community. We need more competition in general, but at the same time, yeah, I'm glad this is coming to light.
If it's an accident, there's an error that's...
But let's move on, because this isn't that interesting. What is interesting is that Skyrim Anniversary Edition is launching November 11th, and you can upgrade from the Skyrim Edition to the Anniversary Edition for free. Apparently it isn't free, you have to pay for that. But apparently there's free next gen upgrade coming soon. And also fishing, apparently. However, there is a bit of controversy with the mods. I don't know the validity of this, but I was told by a streamer friend that with regards to the mods, the limit's being uploaded to 500, but that only applies to their community mods through their Bethesda Creation Club thing. So, yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've sort of been told, so... Yeah, take that with a grain of salt. You know, it might not be the case, but it's definitely a little bit concerning. But there is going to be a new edition that's going to look better and have a little bit extra mod support. It's going to be next gen as well, so... I don't know, like, that'll be all over, that will. That'll be all over. But let's get back to Epic, because Anne doesn't like Epic, so she'll love this next story. This next story is about the Among Us devs who are sharing their frustration with Fortnite's Imposters mod. So, some of the devs are expressing their frustrations with the new limited time Imposters mod, which they see as a blatant copy of their game Among Us. Fortnite has debuted this mod this week. It's hard not to notice the similarities to Among Us. Imposters allows up to 10 players to join the match, in which 8 of the players become agents of the Imagined Order, and the other 2 sneak around as murderous imposters, much like Among Us, and the agents assign various objectives to complete, while the imposters need to blend in as much as possible, and the agents win by completing all the assignments or voting out the imposters. aka Among Us. But yeah, so you can see, it sounds familiar. And Victoria Tran lamented the fact that Epic hadn't reached out to Innislot for a potential collaboration. It would have been really, really cool to collab. Tran wrote in a tweet referring to Fortnite's imposter mode. Like, game mechanics fine. Those shouldn't be kept, but at the very least, every different themes or terminology makes things more interesting. Yeah, so basically it's, yeah. Fortnite's done this before, right, with dances and stuff that people have claimed belong to them, and Fortnite's is taken, monetized, and put in the game, right? Character likenesses, etc. This isn't new. I mean, this sucks though. The programmer, Adrielle Wallach, hardly disguised her frustration with Epic when she started. She had the comic trick of someone stealing another's work. Everything the world was feeling insurmountable. So this was just another fun reminder of how tiny we really are. She had a tweet. And the co-founder, Marcus Bromander, also chimed in and said the company hadn't patented Monka's mechanics for the good of the industry, but wished Epic had been a little more creative with Fortnite's imposters mode. Is it really that hard to put in 10% more effort into putting your own spin on it though, he asked. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. That sucks though. That, like, must really hurt as a creator to create something. I know it says they didn't, they didn't patent the mechanics. But patenting the mechanics has nothing to do with character design and theme, right? There's different ways of you can do that. You can even use a completely different gameplay style, yet have the same kind of idea. So it could have been a first-person game or a third-person game instead of like a 2.5D top-down experience, right? Which it wasn't. Yeah. So I can understand why they hurt and feel a little bit cheated, and that there's some frustration. I'd feel that way if it was me, and you just saw such a lack of creativity. Yeah, that sucks. I feel bad for them. Obviously, there's nothing they can do either, so this is the most we'll get from it, that they feel hurt by it, and they have every right to feel hurt by it. Hell, there could have been a different agreement, something cool. There could have been a cool collaboration, and I think, like, that's fair to say there could have been something there. But anyways, we're done with all the serious, slightly upsetting, like, this is a little bit downy downers. Let's get into the stuffer stuff. So, let me get into this one here. Let me drag this out. Right, if I do that and you do that. Okay, now you can see this, but you can't see what I see. That's perfect. Okay, let's watch this trailer. So, oh crap. I need to... 1 second, let me sort it out. This is a little bit complicated. I need to drag this one over to here. There we go. And this one is here. Okay. Now you guys can see this one. There we go.
I guess we all have future pants.
Okay, it's playing. So, Black Myth Wukong switches to Unreal Engine 5, and it now supports 4K, 60 FPS, ray tracing and more. And the surprise of last year is getting an upgrade ahead of release. It is a gorgeous upcoming Souls-like game based on the Journey to the West, and is now being developed on Unreal Engine 5. Let me sort this out. What's going on here? Got 720p. There we go. So yeah, it's coming out sometime, what, next year? It's gonna be on Unreal Engine 5. It's gonna be 60 FPS. And you can see the fruits of the upgrade in the trailer. And it does look interesting. The first Blade Myth Wukong trailer is incredibly popular, garnering millions of views apparently. Although I apparently missed it completely, which is surprising, considering I normally see everything. The new trailer offers a lot more than we've seen before, which is good. There isn't a release date yet, or what platforms, outside the PC, but there is some idea of where it'll be. But I mean, it looks like an interesting game, right? It's definitely interesting. Wait, let me upgrade this as well so we see this a little bit better. I'm not sure why it lagged out a little bit there. There we go. That's better. It's a little bit weird because the character actually reminds me a bit of Wukong from actual Warframe. Not gonna lie, like some of the moves he does with his stab is a little bit similar. I don't know whether it's intentional or not. Although he doesn't look the same, obviously this Wukong's a lot prettier than the Warframe Wukong. But yeah, it looks interesting. Let's skip through a little bit though. There's not a lot here. Let's go to some of the action. There we go. Is this why people say it looks Souls-like? I mean, the world looks pretty, right? Like, this is super pretty. The snow's beautiful. It's aesthetically pleasing. Like, I don't know, like, this looks interesting. It could be that it's, horrible game and stuff. But yeah, this Wukong the next game. Black Myth Wukong. It looks cool. I'm interested to see where it goes. It definitely looks a lot more fast-paced than you know, a normal Souls-like game. But there's definitely with the fighting and the boss and stuff, that aspect to it. This looks cool. I think this will actually be something that Dan likes. You know, Morgenstern. This is like the kind of game he'd like. Obviously there's no release date though, so there is that. But yeah, this looks cool. We're not gonna watch the whole 12 minutes because that'd be like a long time and stuff. But definitely, I do like the look of it. So we got an announcement trailer for Serin Fate in the release date. I haven't watched this yet. But apparently it's an open world RPG indie game. So we're gonna like have a check of that now. I'm gonna pause music as well so we don't have to listen to that in the background. Because that's like a little bit distracting. Let's get into it. It's by Vethergen. So let's put this full screen. And let's hop in with. Like this 2.5D game again. Like it looks interesting. I like the art style. That was like sort of the thing that I saw about it. That was like, actually this art style looks kind of cool. Like it's definitely unique and stuff. Like, I don't know what game it reminds me of. But like, it looks cool. It does look interesting as an indie game. Like, if you like these kinds of games. Wow, and there's like bosses and shit. It's awesome, right? I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just like a nerd for this kind of shit, and no one cares. But then obviously most people care if the developers making it. They care, right? That's what I need to do. Next party I need to go with Dev Party. Oh, I freaking love you, dude! You love our nerdy shit! I'll be like, yeah, tell me more nerd stuff. I love it. Oh, there's building and stuff as well. This seems like Stardew Valley. Also like a kind of single player room world kind of shit. No! Oh, what's the other game? Binding of Isaac? Right? This seems like Stardew Valley meets Binding of Isaac. Like puzzle shit as well. Oh, this is cool. I like this. So this is 7th Fate. It's coming to Steam apparently. Like yeah, this is cool. So August 25th it's coming out 2021. It's gonna be on Steam, GOG. It's gonna be on Nintendo Switch as well. That's cool, I like that. That's awesome. That looks like a lot of fun. I really like indie games like that. They're like kind of feel-good games. Yeah, everyone needs like a feel-good game, right? We got another trailer which is Light the Shadow. And this is an event trailer. Not sure when it's coming out. I'm not sure what Light the Shadow is, to be honest. I haven't heard of it before, but apparently it's gonna be an event trailer. So it's gonna be blood and gore because it's a mature game, but yeah, it's a mature channel, so let's deal with it. Okay, I muted this one because the music is sounded copyrighted, so I was like, I'm not gonna play the music for this because reasons and all that. Oh my god, this looks pretty though. Although it is done in Crytek, CryEngine, so you'd expect it to be pretty because like the engine's fucking beautiful. They're making all sorts of games. Also, you have optional paths in the game, so you can like go left and right and shit. And I'm presuming, dependent upon which way you go, that dramatically changes your experience as a player. So the Wayfinder is a legendary hunting bow. The third son, a legendary hunter. Obviously, you play like a Cherokee. From what I'm getting from this, I think I know it's a Native American. I'm a little bit unsure like what tribe so. But I'm assuming it's like the Cherokee tribe. Yeah.
The sound is strange.
The sound is strange. There shouldn't be sound. I muted it. Are you saying that I sound strange? I sound strange? Wait a second. I'll fix myself. I'll do this. Quit that. Is sound better now? Is sound better now? There shouldn't be any game sound. Do I sound better now? Yeah, that was that trailer.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it just went a little bit weird for a second. It sometimes does that, which I don't know what the issue is there. We have like one more trailer and then we're like pretty much done. This is EXE Killer. It's the reveal trailer. I have known nothing about this game, but it did pique my interest when I looked at it, so... one second, oh my god. There we go, start from the beginning. Off we go.
In a world where there are no rules, the only law that matters is a loaded gun.
This game's super pretty as well.
Go ahead.
Looks like a western.
Okay.
Oh.
My job is
Oh, wow.
taking somebody's life.
Wow, this is like... Shit, it's like a cyberpunk alt reality.
That's peculiar, profession.
Except set in like 1998, not the future.
Sometimes I kill for money.
It's like when I was meant to be a kid.
Sometimes I kill for justice. Your next target, Johnny the Wireman, wanted alive. Paid double.
Yo, this shit cool.
Somewhere in Jacobstown area.
Yo, this looks awesome. Holy crap. Environmental damage.
Bounty hunting is a hell of a business.
Yo, this cool. This is cool.
I am.
I want to make you an offer, which I'm sure you won't refuse.
Yo, it's gonna be on Steam. Dude, like, whoa. And that's awesome. Holy crap, that's like a weird cyberpunky game, but it's set like in 1998, like when we were kids. Like, what? That's cool. That's freaking cool. I did not expect that at all. That is, pretty awesome, to not say the least. I mean, holy crap. What do you think, though? What do you think? I think that's cool. So yeah, that's pretty much everything, that we had for today. We talked about a lot of stuff, like, what time are we on? Like, how far through are we on this podcast? I can't tell because I can't see from, like, my thing. Oh, we're like an hour and 10 minutes-ish. Nearly. Then we'll wrap it up because we'll have to split it into 2 episodes to post it places. But yeah, like, thanks to everyone for hanging out. And thanks for hanging out, anyone else who's been here, thank you for hanging out. Anyone who watches this on, all the other various platforms that this is on at some point, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed it.
Join our room.
What is your ARM? Tell me about this ARM. I do not know what this ARM is. And anime, stop doing what you're doing, please. Stop ignoring my beautiful face. Animes, accept my face. A LOL thing? Like, I'll have to see. It sounds interesting. I'll have to have a look. I'm gonna try installing LOL and, see if I can actually play it, because of my hands and shit. And if I can, then, like, yeah, I'll be down to do something. That sounds cool. Definitely cool. Alright, guys, I'm gonna call it here. And I'll talk to you on Discord, in a few minutes. Yeah, because I'll be on Discord. And everyone else, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. We talked about a lot of real shit today. Some Monka shit. And just enjoyed some games as well. Like, the game trailers at the end. I think they're, like, really what makes it. They're, like, kind of the feels of it. There's some awesome games coming out. And it's always nice to see, like, developers and creative people do some, like, epic stuff that you can look at and be like, damn, this, like, looks really interesting and entertaining. Especially, like, Seven Fate and, EXE Killer.
LOL tongue poking smiley.
I'll add you in LOL, yeah, definitely. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end the recording here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. See you in the next one.